This is the review of Gaiking. And if you don't know what Gaiking is, congrats. You're along with the majority of the population.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah, Gaiking was introduced in the 70s, along with Force 5, which was like this. They just took a bunch of Japanese anime craps of like super robots, and they just put them all onto one channel in one time slot. And this was one of them.
Is this like older than Gaiking?
Extremely old, yeah.
So
Gaiking came out in 97. This came out in like the 70s.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so this is like related to that other thing that my mom grew up watching.
Yes, Mazinger P. It would be in the same realm as that, like the early age like super robots. This figure, this specific robot, Gaiking, right? There was a time where they were reviving all the old super robots in the early 2000s, and this is the revival of Gaiking. That's what this specific figure is.
So what exactly does that mean? Like he's like a slight redesign?
It's a very slight redesign. The teeth on his big chest face thing used to be silver, now they're golden to match the rest of him. There's a little bit, there's like ball joints to like help with the design better, because the original design looked like a super robot. I'll put it on the screen, show a little bit of it. This looks a little more cohesive, a little better. Like if you watch the animation, it's like, if you've ever seen Transformers Armada, Gaiking has similar animation to it. The whole thing about the show is that this is one component off of a big thing, like a really big thing. Like if there was a figure of it, it would be like
You can't even see it on screen.
it would be like that illustrates how big it would be. It would be like the size of Masato's fat face. It would be big. It's called the Daiku-Maryu.
Diaper Mario?
Yeah, the diaper Mario. Wearing a diaper, Bowser? I'm wearing the diaper, Mario. Gaiking, right? So here's how it works. You take this off. This part doesn't matter. The body, we don't care about that. I'll show the
Transformation.
There, that's the head of the Daiku-Maryu. That's the head. Like, and then it opens its mouth and goes, Daiku-Maryu suck a cock. He has this ability where he can shoot like eye lasers. I'll show a picture of him doing eye lasers. He can do like a big ball out of his chest that he throws, and then he can do like a thing where he shoots his fists. But they don't come back. He has to like tether them with little grapple hooks and then get them back.
With your fist coming off, I feel like that's a big like you've lost a big part of.
You've lost not only a weapon, but you've lost the ability to hold other weapons.
This guy is a guy piloting a mech, right?
Right. It's a guy inside of a mech, and the mech is comprised of 3 elements: the head that connects onto the torso, and then has like a tinier head come out of it, the torso, which is its own element, and then the legs, which are its own element.
Okay. So it's very similar to Gaigar in that regard?
More akin to like the older things like Getter Robo or like Mazinger Z, where they would have like element 1, element 2, element 3, and then they'd stack together and make one dude.
Would that be like if Optimus Prime, like his bottom half is like a separate guy from his top half?
Yeah, that would be like if Optimus Prime's legs came off and then just rolled on the ground. But there's more to Gaiking that we need to see. Number 1, he has his spear, which is a weapon that gets stored on the Daiku-Maryu when he's in his combined mode. Because the Daiku-Maryu can still operate without a head. It's just like Nearly headless. How can you be nearly headless? There, so that's him with his spear.
That's cool.
It's a good weapon. It's basic. It does what it needs to do, and it works visually because it's got the right colors. Also, these things on his legs, these are weapons.
Those remind me of the crucifixes from Eva's.
Yeah, these are weapons. He can like throw them and stuff.
That's cool.
He uses those in the show.
Do they turn green?
Nope. Wait. It's an Eva's thing. But yeah, he can like take them and then throw them like a star or whatever.
That's cool. Like a shuriken.
Yeah. Now it gets even cooler because
I'm looking at like how clean his legs are. Like he does look like one of those old like Astro Boy type.
he is very much like Astro Boy style, Getter Robo style. Like he came out a long time ago.
It has that design aesthetic, that design language to it.
I have a bold idea. I'm gonna go for.
Those are the bits from his legs.
Yeah, that's the things from his legs, and then you put them on the spear. And I went for like a javelin type thing. That's him with the box. That's the thumbnail. But you can see on the back of the box, it's like, oh, you can combine them and they turn into the big figure. Yeah, the Daiku-Maryu, there is a thing of that, but it's like, ooh, time to sell my kidneys.
Mamma mia.
Never mind. Mamma mia. He gets a shield and it's got like a little skull with a whatever pattern on it.
There's a bit where he's fighting that one monster that takes him into space.
Yeah, the Mega Digo.
What's his name?
But there is one thing Gaiking does more than once, right? Because he does the eye lasers more than once. He does the big like ball attack more than once.
Yeah.
He does the face open attack, which is his gold armoring on his like both his face and his tiny face come off. Okay, he's doing the
Do it, Mom.
Do it. Yours. I'm gonna suck a cock and
Doing some chores.
there. He's doing the face open.
Ah, so he is.
Now for the posability on Gaiking. What we got here, we got a nice ball jointed head. It's double ball jointed. It's ball jointed at the lower joint on the neck and then where the head meets the neck. So that's quite good. You got ball joints on each shoulder. In fact, there's another shoulder joint in there. This extends out so you can move his shoulder more forward. That is a hinge joint with a ball joint in the shoulder. This is a swivel. There's a hinge in the bicep that has a gap there to allow for quite a good amount of bicep bend or elbow bend. And then the wrist is on a ball joint. The big chest mouth is on a hinge. And he has two waist swivels. He has one at the top, one at the bottom. No ab crunch or ball jointing here. It's just swivels. Then there is all little hinge joints in the hips. So there's no ball jointing. It's just, it moves forward and back and it moves out and like this. So it's all combinations of that. And then it can swivel at the knee and here. And the knee is actually quite good because it has this hinge joint here, but then you just saw there it has another hinge joint to give it a double jointed knee. So that's quite good. Gives you a lot of posability there. And then there is a double ball joint in the ankle. So you can have the ball joint there. Let's focus. You have the ball joint there, then you have the ball joint at the lower ankle proper. So that's quite good. Lets you get a lot of poses out of them. This is Balking.
Are you? Is that really?
Look at the name.
Yeah, Gaiking, Balking, and Penisking. Like
This is Balking in all his glory. The reason it says Balking is a bit of a heated debate. In the show, the subtitles say Balking, and then like in the games they call him Balking, I think. He is Cockdick Ball. You'll notice that his chest face is like a weird long bird, like a stork.
He looks funny.
And then he's got like one horn instead of two. That's because his vehicle, it's not called a Daiku-Maryu. Same concept, just looks different, and it has like big tank tread arms. Yeah, you can see he's got big gorilla hands that have like guns for each finger. Like he's got...
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, if you raise his arm up, you can see he's got little like finger guns.
Okay, like Mechagodzilla.
Yeah, like Mechagodzilla. And then he's got the turrets on his back that are like ballistas.
That's cool. That reminds me of, I know there's a Pokemon that looks like that, but isn't there a Yu-Gi-Oh card, Catapult Turtle or something?
Oh yeah, Catapult Turtle, and then there's Blastoise. And then he's got legs that look like lower halves of bigger legs.
Yeah, where are his knees?
Knees? Who needs those?
Who needs?
Yeah, who needs those? That's a stupid concept. Especially considering, look, he's got tank treads on the back of his legs. He doesn't need knees when he's got tank treads.
You're so right. Now what if he falls over?
Also, his kneecaps look like guns. They might be guns. We don't know that. Yeah, that's what he looks like, and in the show he like shoots a bunch of guns. I'll show the clip of him like blasting.
Damn, he's a view. Just start blasting.
Finally, I started blasting.
You can take his axes and sorkses. This is his main feature, right? Gaiking had the spear. This guy doesn't have a spear. Instead, he has axes. This is him with his two axes. He's getting ready to like swoopy swipe.
That looks cool.
They are nice. I'd say out of all the melee weapons that the guys have, I like the axes the best. Because they're integrated well when he's not using them.
Something about him reminds me of like anime-ified character from that movie Robots.
He looks like he could be voiced by Mel Brooks. I can see it.
He's got like big fat legs with
Big
knees,
weld.
and like a big like pelican skull for his chest.
All those robots characters with the pelican skulls. Can't go 2 steps without seeing them.
Remember John Connor? Yeah, we fucked him up. That's why we're here.
Imagine that was all connected.
Robots takes place after Terminator.
That's the post-Terminator timeline. Balking is a bit less posable. He's probably the least posable of the group. His head is not on a ball joint. Here, it's purely on a swivel. He can't look up or down. His shoulders also on a swivel. Shoulders can move out like this. His arm can move. It's got a hinge here, but because of this, it can't move outward, which is kind of weird. It can rotate like this, and then it's got a double hinge here and then here, which I'm not a huge fan of. It kind of breaks the sculpt of the tube. It should have joints here and here, but doesn't. And then he's got the ball jointed hands, hinge at the thumb, and hinge at the 4 fingers. They're not individual. And he's got what's weirdly a reverse hinge. The top part of the skull moves, not the jaw. These axes you saw are on hinges. These side skirts on a little hinge. Hips, much like Gaiking, where they function like this. They got a hinge out and out, and then like this. Oop, that came apart. Shoot. He can do that. He has not a whole lot of forward movement, but a decent amount of backward movement. And then the ankles are on a single ball joint this time, but the toe bend is down instead of up, which is pretty weird. Gaiking himself didn't have a toe bend, so I'm not too torn up about it, but it's weird that it's downward instead of up. But yeah, he's pretty limited. Well, now I need to show off Balking's cool like vehicle mode, right? Because the one part of Gaiking turned into like the head. But yeah, this is his vehicle mode. Isn't that so much of a vehicle?
Fuck no, what is that?
I told you, it's just legs but laying down.
Is it a... Is it like a... Doesn't even like lock in.
Nope. Just lays down, has wheels, the end.
Oh, it has tank things.
Yeah.
Treads, okay.
Oh, the end. Go home, everyone. If it was just purely Optimus legs, that's what you would get. We got Balking, we got Gaiking, and now it's time for the final component. Okay, now this is probably the one I'm most nervous about.
Are there always two?
This is Raiking.
Okay.
The box.
Get the bottle up.
There might be a bit of a disparity between the visual on the box and what you get. That's because he's all torso and no legs.
Oh, you're so right.
Like,
I saw the box art and I'm like, oh, that looks cool. And then you get the toy and it's like, it's so fucking skinny.
he skipped leg and head day.
Yeah.
His wings are like 20 times bigger than in the picture. And like,
Oh, yeah.
that looks kind of cool. Right, don't get me wrong, it looks nice, but he looks like, honestly, he looks like Diaboromon. That's another Digimon reference.
Good.
Well, you'll see, he has like big hands, he's got like the big arms.
Oh, he's got big hands. She's got big hands. Oh, big hands.
She's got big hands!
Big hands!
Big hands, big hands, run!
I don't want your big hands near me.
Oh, she's got big hands.
She's got big hands, dude. She's gonna make my cock feel small. Like Balking, Raiking has guns on his fingers. Right, little like...
Okay. Like
Things.
Mechagodzilla.
Yeah, he's very pompous, right? So he'll stand up right with his chest out like this.
Belly and cock first.
You're right, belly and cock first. His shoes are kind of like Waluigi, where they got the little like...
Pointed, what's that country that has pointed shoes? Holland?
Yeah, Holland.
Czy to Freddy Fazbear?
But you know how Gaiking had like a spear and then Balking had like axes?
Yeah.
This guy has a weapon too. Like each one of them has a different weapon.
Oh.
Okay, so this is
Luna Stromboli.
no, this is Raiking's weapon. It's like a scythe.
Uh-huh.
It's like a laser scythe, and it comes out of his leg in the show.
Oh.
But obviously, since his legs look like twigs, he can't store them in his legs in the toy.
Why did they... Okay. Why did they do that?
Because they made the show first and the toy second. This...
Well, then they could have figured it out.
Correct. But,
They didn't.
yeah, they made the toy have shitty proportions that look like turds.
Does he look more proportionate in the show?
Yes, in the show, he looks fine. In this, he looks like trash! Gaiking's thing is like the head you're taking from him, and then the legs you're taking from Balking. Take the torso from this guy, because the big thing of him is the torso,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna transform his torso.
Wait, so that's it for Raiking?
Oh yeah, his abilities. I forgot to talk about that. He shoots tornadoes from his arms, like his biceps, and then he like flies around faster than Gaiking.
Ah.
And his thing, the bird Mario, it's a bird and it flies around.
Why do you keep saying Bird Mario?
Well, there's the Daiku-Maryu, the Goryu-Maryu, and then the bird Mario.
And Mario.
Yeah.
And Luigi Mario.
I'm being completely honest here. I don't know what the actual names of them are because it doesn't matter. We're gonna look at the posing of Raiking. He's one of the more posable, more akin to Gaiking himself. So he has a ball-jointed head. Right, very nice. And then his neck below that is a swivel, but it's a very, very tight swivel. You will not be using that. These shoulder pauldron things, they are on like this weird skinny piece of plastic, so they're on a hinge and a ball joint at the same time. The ball joint is connected to the torso, and then the hinge joint is connected to the pauldron. And then these things are on ball joints too, but they don't really need to move. The shoulders are connected like Gaiking's, where they have a hinge here at the actual shoulder proper and then connected to the body with a ball joint. They can move out a little bit, but it's not as much as Gaiking had. It doesn't really need to be because it's huge. The bicep has a swivel, and then there's also a swivel. Let me see if I can do it. At this part of the arm. It's a bit tighter. And then a ball joint here and a bend at the elbow. His wings bend, unlike Gaiking's. Gaiking's are stationary. Has a double waist swivel. He has ball jointed hips this time. Right, so you get the full range of motion. Has an additional swivel here in the thigh. He can do that much. He can move his leg back like that or forward like that. His knee has quite a bit of range just because of how skinny it is. The one hinge can kind of take it pretty far. And then the foot can move back that far, forward that far, and has an ankle pivot, but it's barely there. You're not really going to be using it for that because it's so skinny anyway. You can just kind of pose him and he'll be fine. Okay, so this is how it looks. But you can see how these are just big wings for the big...
Yeah.
Like, okay, time to get all the components together. Get all the boxes, get the thumbnail.
Here we can see all three figures kind of standing next to each other. They're all about the same height comparatively. Here we see them next to OP Leader, Armada Prime, Tahu, and a Coke. And we got Gaigar.
Yeah, that's the thumbnail.
Yeah, I would build that and like have fun like cranking it a million times.
Yeah, I know what else you'd have fun cranking a million times.
Stingray!
Like the big thing when he combines and he turns into like a big Pinor.
He looks kind of like a slightly bigger version of normal Gaiking.
Right, he's just Gaiking, but a big. First, we got to talk about how this guy only shows up in like a couple episodes.
Does he?
Yep, and then we got to talk about he has a cool ability, like the other guys do.
Uh huh.
Right, look at this.
Yeah. His wings flip around.
Yeah, and then he gets big wings.
Oh. A clearer background would have made more sense.
Yeah, but guess what? Misato's there, Misato's staying. Got big wingus. He's got, like, the legs have turned into proper legs now, because they unfolded like a toilet.
You're gonna unfold it like the toilet.
Well, I mean, Gaiking had like regular legs too.
Right, so as you can see, the other parts on the guys were just, like, folded up bits of a bigger normal Gaiking. Yeah, that's really all there is to say about Big Gaiking. Because, like, all his abilities are just, like, he shoots a bigger thing, he blasts a bigger blast. You can do... Here, I'll show you. This is one of my least favorite parts about it.
What does he do with the star?
He shoots it. I can't make him hold the stupid thing.
Why?
Because his shoulders are stupidly designed.
Is he meant to hold it? Take him apart.
Yeah. Yeah, move that out of the way. Now he can hold it. Okay, there, look, he's doing the thing. He's doing the star shooty, the like.
Oh yeah, he's holding it.
Right. But yeah, his face, right, his like chest face, that has like a thing that shoots fire, and then it shoots it. Gaiking the Great has exactly the posing you would think he would have. The arms have changed a little bit, but it's just this has shifted down. So he just has the same kind of elbow. He has knees that are not double jointed, but they don't really need to be. They bend back 90 degrees, that's good. That's really all that's different. The rest is just standard Gaiking, made up of the components that make him up from Balking and Raiking. So not a whole lot to say about posing. So to end the review, I don't know what I could really rate this. It's because it's not a transformer, and it's so I can't compare it to Gaigar. It's like a model kit, so it's kind of in its own league, and it's not really trying to transform. It can do that, but that's not its main goal. So I'd say overall it's a good depiction of what it's trying to depict. If you like Transformers and want to play around with it and want to play around with this figure, I would say don't go for this. It's very flimsy. It's a model kit. It's not made to be yeeted around and thrown around like something made of plastic and die-cast metal. But as, you know, an adult collector that's gonna just pose it and then it's gonna do that, it's perfect. So I would say highly rated if you're collecting it. Don't give it to your kids as a gift.
For size comparison, here is Gaiking the Great next to OP Leader Armada Prime Tahu and a Coke and Gaigar.
That's it, everyone. Hey, Big Gaiking. Okay, I stopped recording.
Oh shit. Okay.
Ping, 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 yes. Ping, 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 yes.